Salutations and good morrow everyone, and welcome back to another Grounded update video where today we're going to be going through and going over all of the new armor sets that were added. We have 5 full sets of armor, including 2 other armor pieces that I would like to go over in this video. Now in this video I won't be going over accessories, that's for another time. But first of all, let's go through each of the different armor sets and the perks that come with them. So before we go in and we start talking armor sets themselves, I do want to talk about a couple of single armor pieces. Let's start with the fluffy pupa hat. So this is a fluffy pupa hat. In order to craft this guy, you're going to need to have some dust mite fuzz and some pupa leather in order to make. The standard upgrades are hauling strength and medium armor. Okay, and then once it's actually upgraded, it's going to go ahead and give you exhaustion recovery too if you go down the sleek path for the armor. So I think it looks pretty good. I like it. It's like an upgraded version of the mite hat, more or less. It's nice and fluffy and looks pretty comfortable. But all in all, it's just a hat and there's not really a whole lot more to it. This is more style grounded instead of helpful grounded. But let's go on and talk the wizard hat. So the wizard hat I think looks really cool. Now this wizard hat is for all of our staves that got added to the game, which are outstandingly awesome. That came to the game. Best thing to come to the game in a while, I believe. But we have this new hat. In order to craft this wizard's hat, guys, you need a couple different things. You need crow feathers, berry leather, and termite king carpus in order to unlock this hat and to make it. Now this makes sense because in order to unlock the wizard stabs, you need to go into the termite hill in order to unlock them. But nonetheless, with this hat, it is light armor and it gives you a staff parry window, meaning it ups the parry window for the stabs when you're blocking with it. And once it's upgraded down the sleek path, it also does parry staff damage. So in other words, what that means is it perfect blocks increase the damage you deal with stabs for a short time. And like I said, with parry staff window, increases the stabs in attacks with stabs increase when perfect block window for a short amount of time. So that tells you guys that this is a fantastic hat in order to keep on while you are using the wizard staffs. It makes sense. Wizards in the game, wizard hat, wizard staffs all go together. So that is the single 2 pieces of armor that got added to the game. Just going through as we look, like I said, accessories or trinkets is another time. But just going through and following through, we have no more single pieces of armor that we missed here that got added in the 1.0 update, guys. So nothing new there. But let's go on forward and let's look at full armor sets, starting with the Black Widow armor set. So this is a revamped spider armor set. It's no longer just the standard spider armor set. It's now the Black Widow armor set. In order to craft these for each of the pieces, you are going to need some Widow Fang, spider venom, and lint rope for the hood. For the chest piece, you are going to need 2 Black Widow Fangs, some rust and lint. And for the legs, you are going to need 2 Widow Fangs, more rust, and some pond moss. Now, each of these are going to increase poison damage, and they are light armor. So if we come over here and we look at poison damage, each one is going to provide you, increases the amount of damage of all poison effects that you cause. And the armor set bonus is Death's Impetus, which killing things provides you with a boost of energy, briefly increasing movement speed. So it's going to allow you to move faster while going through and killing things. And each of them also, when you upgrade them, are going to get parry poison. Perfect blocks have a chance to apply poison to the attacker. So this is definitely a later game armor set for those of us who know, or those of you out there that know how to do perfect blocks all the time. This is going to be a good set for you if you go down that path when you hit level 5 to upgrade this down the sleek path. But that is the awesome Black Widow armor. Moving on, we have the Black Ox armor, not to be confused with the Black Widow armor. This one looks pretty cool as well. This is definitely like a Mongolian or barbarian-esque armor set. I like how the leg piece looks right here. I wish that it had the cap on that knee as well, but hey, you can't get everything you ask for, and it is a very barbarian looking armor set. In order to craft this one, you guys guessed it, you're going to need Black Ox pieces. Now, Black Ox beetles are not that easy to take down, so you're going to need a lot of them in order to build this armor set. set. So it says an intimidating helmet crafted out of black ox beetle. It gives you charge attack weaken, which we'll go over in just a second, and it is medium armor. The defense is pretty good, and it's on the same level as the roly-poly armor that is heavy armor. There's just more resistance on the roly-poly armor. But going through and taking a look at this, so it takes that many parts in order to make the helmet. Going down to the chest piece, it's pretty good as well. Just lint rope and pupa leather and black ox parts. And then the legs are just black ox parts, lint rope, and dust mite fuzz. So giving us a reason in order to go and fight all those annoying dust mites. Now, with charge attack weaken, what this is charge attacks have a high chance to lower enemies' damage dealt. So that means if you're going to sit there and you're going to charge up your weapon. So if I was to grab, say, let's just grab this weapon right here, right? And I was to go ahead, this is a charge attack. When you're holding and you're doing that attack there, that's a charge attack, okay? And that attack is now boosted to charge attacks have a high chance to lower the enemy's damage dealt. So making it so if you can actually hit something with a charge attack, you can actually lower the amount of damage you're going to take, making it so this armor, the defense level, is actually going to be on par. Anyway, going forward, it's medium armor, like I said, and the upgrade perk for this one is a quicker charge time, so charge attacks charge faster when you upgrade each perk down the sleek path. And finally, the bonus armor set bonus that you get, the gear set bonus, I should say, your charge attacks with melee weapons pack a weightier punch, dealing more stun damage than normal. As you guys know, that in Grounded, you have two different bars that fill for enemies. So first of all, you have the health bar that slowly lowers as you fight them, but you also have a stun bar that slowly increases, that's different for each bug. And as you're doing damage to them with certain weapon types, that bar slowly fills, and to the point where the bug gets dizzy and becomes staggered, right? And doesn't attack. With this armor set and this set bonus, charge attacks are going to make it so you charge up that stun even more. So a very, very powerful thing that is coming with this armor set. So a very good armor set for all of you out there who are looking for something new that's not the roly-poly armor. Okay, so continuing on here from the Black Ox armor, we have the Moth armor. The Moth armor set is a interesting one, but guess what, guys? This is one that is out there for all of you bow lovers. Those of you who love ranged attacks, this is the one for you. Taking moth scales, moth fuzz, and lint rope in order to makes it so your ranged attacks have bleed on them. Now going down, we also have the awesome moth robe here. This one, moth fuzz, pupa leather, and lint rope. And finally, the legs have pond moss, moth fuzz, and pupa leather. Now, going through and looking at this, the range attack bleeds gives your bow and staff attacks, not just your bow, but your staff as well. All of you magic lovers out there now have a chance to apply an additional bleed to enemies, which is like poison, it's just attack over time. Now, the set bonus for this one is Wind Run. Tap into gusts of currents of wind, occasionally increasing movement speed when landing ranged attacks. Now, what I want to point out as well is when you fill up this armor and go down the sleek path, you get ranged attacks, stamina refund. Attacks with bows and staves have a chance to instantly restore some stamina. It's a good one for you to have. All in all, I really, really like it. Let me put this weapon away here. There we go. So, there you are. This is the Moth armor. In my opinion, legs look fantastic. Chest piece looks fantastic. Hat, not really my thing. But nonetheless, I still think it's pretty freaking cool. All right, so let's swap this one out for an armor set that we have been seeing that was coming for quite some time here, and that is the Assassin armor, or the Mantis armor. In order to craft this one, you are going to need to go and fight the Mantis, and you're probably going to need to fight it quite a few times. So for instance, this one is going to take one Mantis head, 2 Mantis chunks, and some pond moss. To craft the chest piece, you are going to need 1 mantis claw, 2 mantis chunks, and 10 pupa leather. And finally, in order to craft the legs, you're going to need 1 mantis claw, 2 more mantis chunks, and some lint rope. So unless you get like 8 mantis chunks from killing it, which I have not killed the mantis yet, so I'm not 100% sure if that's how many pieces you get from it. You may have to kill it more than once, especially if you want to get this entire armor set and the weapon that goes along with it. You're going to have to kill it more than once. So looking at this, the assassin armor gives you crit bleed and it's light armor. So if we go over here and we look at crit bleed, your critical hits cause enemies to bleed, which is, like I said, damage over time. The set bonus is critical chain. The fury of the mantis runs through you. Increase crit chance after dealing a crit, which means you can crit over and over and over with this armor set, making it a very, very powerful armor set. And finally, when you go down the sleek path, guys, it has crit stun. Crit hits apply additional stun damage as well. Powerful armor set nonetheless. And let's face it, it does look pretty cool. Your eyes look kind of silly. I wish that those would have been covered in maybe with like a pink film or something like that. But all in all, a really cool armor set. Sad it's still not giving off that huge armored vibe that I was looking for, but still nonetheless. And finally, guys, we have the Fire Ant gear. This is the 3rd revamp of the ant armor. As you guys know, we have the standard ant armor, then we have black ant armor. Now we have Fire Ant armor. Fire ant armor, you betcha, you need fire ant pieces in order to craft it. You need some fire ant heads, ant parts, and lint rope in order to craft this one. Going down, the chest piece is fire ant parts, mandibles, and lint rope, and the legs are fire ant parts, lint rope, and dust mite fuzz. So once again, a reason to go and kill all those little dust mite buddies that you can find all around the map. Actually, it's just in one part of the map. But anyway, dust mites, nonetheless, upper yard, go fight them. Get yourself some of this because you're going to get some corrosion damage. So let's talk corrosion damage. So first of all, attacks have a chance to weaken enemy defense. That's what corrosion damage is. Slowly, as you're attacking, you're going to weaken the enemy's defense more and more and more to the point where you're going to be doing buku damage. The set bonus is acidic splash, a chance to hit with an additional splash of acid when attacking with a melee weapon. And finally, the weapon or the perk that you get for going down sleek is acid damage plus. It increases the damage dealt by acid based effects. So acid splash plus acid damage plus equals, it's a good thing. So all in all, a very powerful armor set if you are into all of them. If I had to choose my favorite, I'd probably say either the Black Ox armor or the Moth armor, except I think that this one looks better than this one. Look-wise, I would say that the Assassin armor is probably my favorite looking armor that was added, but still, nothing is going to take the place of what my favorite armor in the game looks like, and that is the Ladybug armor. My fingers are still crossed at some point they add in a Ladybird armor set, which is just an upgraded version of the Ladybug armor set. Even if it's just for fashion, I would love it if we could get that, because having a Black Knight looking armor set, maybe if it just armored the crap out of you, if it was like the Ladybug armor on steroids where it was just completely plated, I would love to see something like that in the game. Hard to pull off, yes, but nonetheless, I still think it would be really, really cool. But guys, that is all the different armors that were added in the 1.0 update, the largest update to Grounded ever. And I think that they did a fantastic job with all the new armor sets. I'm a little bummed out that 2 of them were revamps, but at the end of the day, who cares, guys? Grounded's 1.0. Go beat the story and enjoy the game. They look fantastic. Each armor set brings a brand new feel to the game, and I hope all of you guys go out there and give these ones a try. But thank you guys all so much, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.